Hey, love. So I want to talk to you about something that sounds simple, maybe even a little funny, but it genuinely shifted my entire day and my perspective. So one day I had one of those mornings where I didn't kind of like know what to do with myself for my day. Now, these days are kind of rare for me as I usually feel like there's always something to do, right? Not in a bad way, even if it's meditate. But I had no clear plan for the day. I wasn't really feeling anything. It was just kind of one of those days, right? No clear next step. And instead of forcing it, I decided to try something different. I kept asking, okay, Spirit, what's next? Not once, but all day. And what happened really surprised me. Remember to take what resonates, leave the rest. This is not me telling you what to believe. This is just me sharing what worked for me and how you can try it in your own way and use your own discernment. So here's the thing. We talk about having a mission, a purpose, a soul blueprint, right? But most of us don't get handed the full blueprint. I mean, that would be nice, right? You reach a certain age, and here you go, a guide for your whole life with the rules clearly laid out. But let's be real, even if we did, would we even follow it? Maybe that's part of the mystery of life, right? Maybe part of why it is this way. Anyway, so I realized that something that day. Maybe we're not meant to have the whole map. Okay, maybe we're meant to follow the breadcrumbs confirmation. Because if I had the whole blueprint, I might overthink it. I might try to control it or just ruin the timing or something by trying to force certain results. I don't know. So I tested a new approach. I don't need the whole staircase, I thought. I thought of that image. Have you guys seen it? Where it's like you don't need to know the whole path, just the next step. That's kind of what came to me. And I said, okay, I don't need the whole staircase. I just need the next right step. So here's what I did. And this is the method, okay? You can try it too. So I start with, okay, Spirit, what's my next step? And it was kind of, I don't want to say like resignation on my part, but that was my surrender there, where I was just like, all right, I don't even know what to do anymore. Okay, Spirit, take the wheel, so to speak. So this is really best to ask openly versus having a topic in mind, like your career, your money, or whatever. So be open to whatever comes up, okay? I think it's best to leave it as open as you can. Then I waited. I listened. Now, I mean, actually listened in stillness. Not for a booming voice in the sky, but for the way guidance shows up in real life. So, the answers came through in different ways, and this is what I want to share with you guys. Sometimes it was tarot, so I'd pull a card and I didn't need to overanalyze it. I just knew what it meant. Not maybe the textbook meaning, but the meaning for me for that moment. Now, I'll give you an example. The first time I did it, okay, a card falls out and it says, "The veil is thin. Ask." And I just laughed. Like, to me, I took that was confirmation I was heard and it was open, right? So I asked again, what next, Spirit? Then an email came in. And so I said, okay, I'm going to open it. I opened the email and an opportunity was there. And it actually looked pretty good. So I responded. And I kind of just kept that going all day, that same flow, and I'd follow the breadcrumb. Okay, I know that might sound silly or maybe even like a lot of work to some, but it really wasn't. It flowed, okay? And what did I have to lose anyway? Other times it was the body, like I'd feel sudden hunger. I'd be like, oh, okay, it's time to take care of me. It's time to eat. Or a feeling that, I need to get up, move, or I need to stretch my legs, whatever it was. And I followed all of it all day. Okay. And the wild part is, it was such a peaceful day and a productive day. So even when I didn't see immediate results from everything that I did, I still got a lot done, and it didn't feel frantic. It didn't feel forced. I felt guided and just things really, really flowed. Stay with me. There's more here. Okay. Now, here's where it gets even realer. Okay. So the next day, since that went so well, I said, I'm going to do the same thing because obviously with practice, you get better, right? So somehow I got thrown off. I couldn't even tell you how or where, but suddenly everything was frustrating me. Nothing was working right. Like just that irritation that builds when you're, trying to be aligned, but you're feeling blocked, like everything you're doing. And I hit this point where I literally said aloud, I need a reset. Like I just knew my energy wasn't right. So I went and took a shower. And that became the reset. And I said aloud while I was in the shower, this water cleanses me, resets me. And that usually works for me, but you might have your own thing, and that's fine. You can replace it with whatever works for you. And after that, I went back to the asking. Okay, Spirit, what next? And then the rest of the day was smoother. It was much better. And so I just want to make sure that I say this clearly. Alignment isn't a permanent state. Alignment is a return. So it's not about never drifting. It's about noticing the drift and coming back without shame. Just like, whoops, let's get back on track. And maybe this was a very minor, simple example, but sometimes that's the easiest for us to understand. And now I really want to talk about the part that's hardest, I think, as a human. Releasing the outcome. Oh. Because it's one thing to take aligned steps. Okay, I've given you the steps to try. But then we want proof immediately, right? We want the result right now. We want the guarantee. But guidance doesn't always work like that. Sometimes the breadcrumb you follow today is preparing something you won't see until next week or next month. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying ask and do nothing but sit around and wait for a month. I'm saying that day reminded me my job is to do the next right step. When I don't know what to do, my job is to do the next right step. Spirit's job is the orchestration. I steer, I just don't strangle the wheel. And when I feel it's all just too much, I can say, Spirit, take the wheel, right? And then there's another layer I've noticed lately too. Now, some of you know I've been kind of forced to receive support lately because I've been physically, healing and more limited. Not that I'm not always supported, but more so than I'm normally used to or even comfortable with, honestly. And I realized how deep the programming can go. That I'm good, I don't need anyone mentality. Sometimes we're so used to being the strong one, the capable one, the one who handles everything, that we don't even leave space for support to enter. Even when we're screaming, hello, I need help, to the universe, or whatever you believe in, then it may even arrive and we miss it because we aren't open. Maybe we didn't imagine that kind of help or, help in that way or from that person. Release the outcome. And Spirit's also been showing me receiving doesn't make you weak. Receiving is part of the path. And the part that got me emotionally is Spirit told me sometimes all you need to say is thank you. Not thank you and I'm sorry you have to help me. Not thank you and I owe you. Not thank you, now let me prove I'm worthy of this help you're giving me. Just thank you. Thank you is enough. Let that one sink in. So if you want to try this, here's the simple version, okay? I'll make the long story short. Usually I make a short story long. So anyway, if you know, you know. In the morning, when you get up, or if you're on some other schedule, whenever you wake up, okay, ask, Spirit, show me the next right step. Don't ask for the whole map. Don't ask for the whole staircase, even if it feels silly or cheesy. Then throughout the day, whenever you finish something, pause and ask again, Spirit, what next? If you listen and you're open, you'll know when you're done with whatever that thing is. Like I said, how I got that email, I did the response, and that was it. Like, I didn't get lost then in my email. I didn't go, down a rabbit hole on YouTube. I didn't, you know what I mean? So don't, try not to get lost and stuck in where it takes you. You should feel, if you're open to it, if you're listening to all the signs, then you'll know when you're done with whatever that thing is. And then pay attention to how the answer arrives. This could be a nudge, it could be a message, it could be a card, like a tarot card or something. It could be something pops up on your timeline. It could be a cue in your body, a sudden thought, just a sudden knowing, it could be any of these things. And follow that breadcrumb, even if it seems small. And if you drift like I did, don't judge yourself. Reset, whether that be a shower, a walk, breathing, meditating, then return. And if this resonated, let me know in the comments if you've ever had a breadcrumb day. That's what I'm calling them now. Like this, where you just felt guided step by step all day long. Okay. And I might make a part 2. I was kind of thinking this might need it, but let me know what you guys think. And I've got some affirmations for you that I really love. They're short. Spirit, I've done my part. I release the outcome into your hands. I love that one. Short, sweet, powerful. And what's mine cannot miss me. What's not mine cannot stay. Let that one sink in. Thank you for being here. Welcome to our Sanctuary 444. Spirit says, trust the next step. Sending you light, love, and healing. And I hope this helps.